The bridge was hit by a carrier in February of this year. He damaged the eastern side of the bridge, which is the Custer Road Bridge over the Highway 185, or Lindsay Creek Parkway as it's known on Fort Benning. And this bridge had been hit several times before this incident in mid-February. However, they were not nearly as severe. They were kind of grazed. This one was a backhoe. The arm was not secured properly, and it was about 6 inches higher, about 15.5 feet. So it smacked that first beam pretty well and then damaged the other ones. And that necessitated, as I was saying, replacing all the beams on that span of the bridge. We had an investigation of the state of those beams after they were hit, and they were all damaged to some degree. Actually, the second one was in the worst shape. Part of it was actually missing. It was cracked. You could see the rebar inside of it, and that was the factor that led to replacing at least that one. And then when we examined the others, they also needed replacing. They just weren't in quite as bad a shape. When the backhoe hit it, it kind of swung back when it hit the first beam, and then came up very hard and smacked that second beam that caused most of the damage. Insurance company then engaged Scott Bridge Company of Opelika, Alabama to perform the repair work. They started that in April of this year, and then we're working through till about the end of June. During that time, we also determined that because this bridge is lower than the interstate standards require, it was built in 1974 and met the standards at that time, but since then the requirement is 1 foot higher than it was before we started this project. We decided to go ahead, while the bridge was already closed for repairs, engage the same company to be able to raise the bridge 12 inches to meet current interstate standards. By being able to work very quickly on the contracting front and get the same company that the insurance carrier had doing the repairs to also perform raising the bridge, we shaved 2 to 3 months off the total time it's going to take to both repair the bridge and raise it to current standards. It's been a long time for the residents and folks that work at Fort Benning that use Custer Road to move around the post. They've had to take some significant detours during this total of about a 6.5 month period that the bridge will have been closed by the time it's finished. It had an impact on our AFES shopette over here. They've lost several $1 million worth of business during this outage, and so that's been another factor spurring us on to get this done as quickly as possible. The cost of the repair was about $750,000. That was paid by the insurance company of the carrier that hit the bridge. And then the cost of raising the bridge was about $880,000. That came out of our budget here at Fort Benning. And we are projecting 31 August as the date that the bridge will reopen to traffic. So the bridge was hit in mid-February of this year, and it should be open by the end of this month, barring any unforeseen periods of bad weather.